Hello everyone and welcome to Tier Above the Rest. Today we're going to look at Inter Milan for the 2024-2025 season. We'll be ranking them from S to F like usual, and let's get it started. First off, we're going to start out with this guy. I don't know who he is, so you just get an F straight off the bat. This guy, I forgot what his name is, but he scored a really big goal in the Champions League finals that pushed them, Champions League semifinals that pushed him to the finals. He looked like he had a solid season as well, so we're going to give him a B for that. This guy gets a C. I don't think he played much, but he did his thing, so we'll give him a C. This player, I don't know who you are, so you get an F. Bastoni gets an S. Totally one of the best left-footed center backs in all of Europe. Inzaghi plays that 5-3-2 formation, and having him on the left center back position, left-footed, tall, good physicality, good ball playing skills, good just defending in general, right? There's not many players like him, especially at the age that he is, right? So if he was to leave Inter, they would pay a lot of money for him, and he would also have a very successful career elsewhere as well. So for that reason, he gets an S. He had a solid season for Inter. Obviously, we know Inter bottled it near the end. They lost the league, they lost the cup, they lost the UCL finals. Shockingly, by the way. But I don't think it speaks volume to what he's done all season. So we're gonna give him an S. Barella, you get an S as well, one of the best eights in the world. People still think that you're underrated, and I don't think that's true anymore. I think people rate you like you are. I think you're arguably a top five eight midfielder in the world right now. And for the 2024-2025 season, you showed us your worth bossing the midfield. And we saw that in big games, but it sucks that you guys couldn't finish it off. This guy, he plays center back. I give him an A. Solid player, young. Not many people know his name. I don't even know his name, but we saw what he did in these big games, and for that reason, he gets an A. I think he's gonna have a good career at this club, and for the 2024-2025 season, I think he was one of their bright spots. For a team that's you're gonna notice it's a very wide range of ages. There's a lot of young players, a lot of old players. Some are actually very, very old players. So for someone like him, it's a really good young piece to have. Buchanan, I don't think he even played, so we're gonna give you an F. Maybe you get more minutes next season on the wing. We'll give you a C. We'll give you a C. Kanahaglu, whatever his good name is, you get a B. I think you actually overperform every year, I feel like, and it's the point where you seem kind of underrated at this point. So we're gonna give you a B. I think your time is almost up, but we've been saying that for the last like 3 years. So we'll give you a B for this season. This guy, I don't know who he is. Is this Korea? Well, we'll give you a C. You probably came in, played a couple games here and there. So I'll give you a C. I didn't really see in the starting lineup much. So I'll give you a C. Darmian, you get a C. Once again, a player that came off the bench. Didn't play as much, and he's also like very old. But you got to understand that the Italian league is a very slow-paced defensive league. So someone like him actually has good value, when he's facing against all these big attacking forwards. He knows what to do because he's experienced, he's a good defender. He can't provide much going up the field, but that's why they play a 5-back formation. This guy, don't know who he is. Backup keeper, you don't play. I forgot what this guy's name is. DeMarco, there we go. You get an A. DeMarco, you get an A. You were probably one of the best left backs in the world offensively. Obviously, if you're playing a 5-back, you're going to have two wide players pushing up the field. And he's a very good offensively minded left back or left wing back. So he had a really good season up till the end. Once, they played Barcelona, Lamine was cooking him up. Yamal had his fingerprints all over him. He couldn't even play both games. He had to leave around halfway through both games. It really showed levels to honestly Lamine. I kind of feel bad for DeMarco. And then in the finals, he had a shocker in that UCL. Everything was going through him, and he was having a horrible, horrible day. But overall, if we don't look at those couple, instances and big moments, he had a really good season. So we're gonna give him an A for that. Denzel Dumfries, I'm gonna give him an S. I think super underrated wingback. He's looking like a striker out there at times. His finishing is really good. His passing is really good. He's a really good defender. I think he's one of the best wingbacks in the world. He's probably top 5 for sure. Wing backs on the right side. You can argue with a couple other players, but I think that for this season alone, we've all known about him. We've all seen his game, but this season in big games when it mattered the most, he showed up. So for that reason, he gets an S. I forgot what this guy's name, this Italian brother's name is, but he gets a B. Once again, came off the bench. He knows his role. He knows what to do. I think he's gonna fight for minutes next season with the aging midfield. So for that reason, he gets a B. I think he's gonna develop nicely in this team. So for the 2024-2025 season, I think a B is very fair. Lautaro Martinez gets an S. I think without him, you don't have the same goal output. He's really good in that two-man striker role, whether it's making plays ahead of the ball to the other striker, or if it's him taking up space. He's a very smart striker, and he knows what to do. And you can see it in his performance from this season. Backup keeper, we already know. You go to F. Mkhitaryan, come on, pack up your bags. You were like pretty much washed like 6-7 years ago, and you're still somehow playing. This is what I mean. Inter Milan somehow just found the team with just random players that kind of made it to the end. Mkhitaryan, your time's up, man. I know you started a lot of big games, but come on, your time is up. Move it along. C. Benjamin Pavard, you get a B. I think you were one of the solid spots in this team. You also play on the right side. You were the right center back most of the time. It sucks that you got injured at a really crucial time of the year, but it seemed to not really matter eventually, unfortunately for you guys. So for that reason, you get a B. Summer, I'll give you an A. I think you've had a good season throughout. I want to say recency bias would put you at an S, but I'm going to be honest and give you an A. You were big in big games, but that doesn't speak volumes to the whole season, because you did struggle in the league at some points, right? So for that reason, we're going to give you an A. Still one of the better keepers in the world, but was that form? Was that just this season? We'll find out next season, Taremi, you get a B. One of the better strikers off the bench, I'd say. Once again, he didn't really get much minutes, so we're gonna give you a B for that. This guy right here, we don't know who you are, so you get an F. And lastly, Marcus Thuram, you get an A. I think your partnership with Martinez was really good. You hold up the play, you pass it to him, he holds it up, passes it to you. Your physicality, your pace, your speed, I think all of that makes you a really good center forward. And we saw, you guys expose a lot of teams with high lines this season, and it sucks that you guys couldn't finish the job and win any trophy or any hardware. But overall, really good seasons from you. So that's going to do it for my Inter Milan 2024-2025 tier list. Let me know down in the comments which teams you want me to react to next. And yeah, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.